We all are one in mission. We all are one in call. Do those words sound familiar? They might, as they're from one of my favorite hymns, aptly titled, We All Are One in Mission. This hymn speaks to the unity that we feel as faithful members of God's church who are called to love and serve in the name of Jesus Christ. Hi, I'm Leigh Pogue, a member of the Congregation Council and a longtime member of the Good Shepherd. I wanted to take a moment to speak with you about our Stewardship campaign, Because of God's Great Mercy. I love the titling of this year's campaign, asking us to think about stewardship in the context of a merciful God who has given so much to so many of us. And in response to God's mercy and grace, as members of His church, we are called to follow Jesus, to live by His example, to love God above all others, and to love our neighbors just as Christ loves us. I don't know about you, but I can't even count the number of times a day or a week that I watch the news or speak with a friend or read our prayer list and wonder, how can I do something to make things better when the world is in so much pain? But thanks to you, our congregation, and others who hear God's call have made a difference for so many. Some examples where our ministry has been alive and thriving even during the pandemic and serving those in our congregation include the sharing in opportunities for worship that were not halted by the pandemic, but actually increased our reach to watchers and listeners well beyond the scope of those who would regularly be sitting in the pews in our sanctuary. We've continued faith-based education with Zoom Sunday School and held at-home Vacation Bible School. Through your generous donations, we provided gift bags to our members who are unable to get out and shop on their own. And we enjoy an active prayer ministry that lifts up the names and circumstances of those most in need of prayer by the hearts and voices of our members and friends. In addition to what we do for our own congregation, we've served our local communities through a variety of food ministries, including support to the local food banks, our own food pantry here at the church, our continued support for the Northside Common Ministries, both meal program and clothing drive. And in 2020, we were even able to support close to 20 local families directly who were experiencing food insecurity during the holiday season with gifts provided by this congregation. These are just a few beautiful examples where you have responded as God has called us to love our neighbor and to look after those in need. And finally, through the gifts that are provided by our congregation, we've been able to support many critical needs beyond our community to touch those in need in our nation and around the world. Just from your donations alone, we prepared 48 personal care kits for Lutheran World Relief that provides necessary items for those who have lost their homes through natural disasters and other causes. In addition, through direct contributions and through contributions made to the Synod, we were able to provide help in many other causes, including support to disaster relief efforts, broader and more far-reaching food ministries, and several other outreach programs that support God's mission in Pennsylvania, the United States, and the world. One thing that matters so much to me as a member of this congregation is to know that what we are doing is always centered first in what would Christ do, and secondly, that our ministry is bigger than any one of us. None of us are equipped fully to carry out the mission of Good Shepherd alone. It is the bringing together of our gifts, our energies, and our spirits, and as the hymn says, to plan and work together so that all may know Christ's love. Thank you for all you have done to help our congregation and the world through your generous gifts. Together, we really can make a difference.